Hi guys, John with you, and it's time now for build update number 2. Okay, in build update number 1 we got this fur. Okay, we can show it there. So I can just fix the light a bit because the light, it does affect it. It does, believe me. Right, we got this fur. Okay, we got that far. Right, so now we're on to putting the tracks together. Okay, so I was trying to make my mind up whether to build the tracks separately, wrap them over, not actually glue them onto the vehicle, and paint them separately and all that, and then put them back around it again, once everything is painted. And I decided not to. I decided I'm going to actually glue them on. Okay, so making them is going to be slightly different. I mean, I don't have to worry too much about having them to set separately. I can actually get the whole thing to set on the vehicle. It's much easier with link and length tracks. I've had many sort of a sleepless night regarding link and length tracks. I prefer indie link tracks. At least them you can kind of build your long run of track, glue them all, let the glue kind of semi set up, then wrap your track around. It's just easier, it's just neater. Link and length tracks, you're kind of limited. You have to actually stick to where they say to go. Okay, now it's probably done for convenience. Some people love link and length tracks. They can do them no problem, and they have no problem with them. But with me, I wouldn't say I have a problem with them per se. It's just I'm not a lover of them. Okay, they're not bad, and these ones actually look absolutely fabulous. They really do. But I'm going to build these on the track, on the vehicle. Just make it a little bit easier for myself. Am I cutting corners? I don't think so. I've seen a lot of people build them on the vehicle, then paint it afterwards. It's quite easy because there isn't that much there to do. It's not a very big vehicle, so you're not really going to get to see in around the between the track links and all that kind of thing so much. So it's actually quite easy to paint them. A little bit of a hairy stick, you get it in there and you can paint them that way. So that's the way I'm going to do the tracks. So let's get down to the bench, let's have a look at the tracks, and let's see what we've got to get done. Okay then, so this is step 7, right? And step 7 is where we put our track links together. Okay, so as you can see, we've got a top run, we've got some indie links, we've got another little run here, one indie link, another run at the bottom, a little run there, and then individual links again around the return roller at the back, around the hydro wheel at the back. It does give a nice little sort of a sag there where the return rollers are, so you can, that'll fit in nicely there. So, and it gives us a nice little rundown as well here on them, as in, you'll need your P1 piece first, okay. Then you need the J5, they're the individual link tracks, you need 8 of them to go around. Then you've got that length piece, J2, your individual link there, you got another straight there, your J6 piece, and your circle of individual links again. Now it looks fairly straightforward. I'm after cutting off one side now off the sprue, cleaning them all up. There wasn't much cleanup, I must admit. On the individual link tracks there was just 2 little pieces at either side. Very easy to clear off. On the lengths, 2, maybe 3 per side, depends on the pieces. The smaller pieces had 2 per side, the long one had 3 per side, and the same here with this one. Just little where they join the sprue, a little bit of a clean off, no problem. Very easy to clean off in total, right? So there they are. We'll just go down a little bit. Okay, there they are, all nicely laid out for us. Okay, there's our top piece, our 8 one piece block single piece, another block, and or 7 around. So how am I going to do it? First of all, I'm going to make sure that this piece is in correctly there, like that. And the easiest way to make sure that that is absolutely perfect will be to put a little blob of glue on the tip of each of those. Fit that into place, and and see where else it fits onto the thing, right? It goes down onto the track there and onto the track there. So again, just a little bit of glue there, a little bit of glue there. Alright, where does it join? Alright, it joins up here. Little spot of glue there and a little spot of glue there. That makes sure then that piece there is perfectly set. And once we know that that piece is perfectly set, we can carry on then with the rest. So the easiest way to do it is to just to put it on and leave it set up for just leave it for a couple of minutes. Leave that kind of go solid in there, right? So that when I say solid, I mean just sort of, it's a secure, not necessarily solid. So it's not going to move on us when we're playing around and putting on our individual link tracks. Now, when it comes to the individual, like we could say glue that into place, then put this little run here together, right? You can go as far as that and just do it all as one big long straight piece. Okay, see how easy they fit in together. Very, very nicely indeed, right? Okay, so what we can do is we can kind of glue these pieces on. No, I'm not going to go as far as that single piece, but I'm going to leave that one off. I'm going to thing. So here, I'll glue all those together, leave it set up for a few seconds, and then start up here and let it bend around. Okay, so I'm going to get that done. I'm going to come back, then we'll have a look at just that little piece done. It's easier trying to walk around the camera. You're not going to really, you don't need to see me gluing pieces together, do you? You just want to see what it looks like once they're done. Okay, so I'll get that little section done, come back again, we'll have a look at it. I'll have this piece glued on as well onto the top. We'll come back, we'll have a look at it, and I'll let you know if there was any problems with that. Right, there's that little run there with the length piece and our 8 individual links. Right, now as you see, this piece is already kind of set in place, which is quite nice. A little bit of glue in here. We don't want it lifting off, and there's no harm. Little bit of glue is not going to make any major problems whatsoever. Little bit of glue never hurt anybody. Well, except those sort of degenerates in the we won't talk about the degenerates. Anyway, right, so here we go. Right, this is going to be the awkward fiddly bit. Right, now I want to put a little bit of glue in there. Actually, no, I'm after doing it wrong. Should have double checked here, shouldn't I? Shouldn't I double checked? Hold on a second now. Yes, I am right. I thought I made a boo-boo there for a second. Right. So we make sure we have our connection up here, nice and solid. Alright. Push it into place around the drive sprocket. Okay, see where it touches the wheel, a little bit of glue, and there we go. Look at that, absolutely perfect. Okay, absolutely perfect. Now we've got an individual one here. We don't have to sort of set it to anything, so what we can do is we can put a little bit of glue there, there and there, with another little bit in there. Get our individual little link and pop it on. There we go. That's just getting that little, the last of that little turn, getting it nice and straight. Okay, so we know we have our length piece. Same idea. So I have to kind of dry fit first. See where we're going to fit and how far we're going to go up along. Okay, so we'll put a little bit where the join is going to be. A little bit there on the wheel. Across there. Across there, and it comes up to the start of that, doesn't go the whole way. Pop it into place. Hold it in place there for a few seconds. And hey presto, hey presto. Right, now, while that's setting up, we can do our little run here with the 7 and the 1. And then join it all up. So I'm going to get that done. When that's done, we'll come back and we'll have a look at the of one piece of track done. Wasn't that nice and quick? Didn't take too long at all, and it looks absolutely perfect. So far, we'll see what the whole lot looks like. Now, there we go. And I really must say, as you would, I suppose, as you would expect from TAMIYA, especially at this stage, that is the most beautiful, straight, perfect fit. That is the nicest that I have ever gotten individual or link and length tracks to go together. It is absolutely perfect. So see, with just a little bit of a gap there. Come on, nose up, because they're still a little bit soft, still a little bit workable. But look at that, it is absolutely perfect. It really, really is. Okay. That is absolutely beautiful. I must say that is definitely, without shadow of a doubt, that is the nicest set of link and length tracks that I've ever done. It really, really is. So I just have to repeat that now on this side, and when that's done, we'll come back and we'll have a look and see what we've got to do next. Okay, so there's the tracks, both sides on. Absolutely perfect. They really, really are. Like I said, nicest set of link and length tracks that I have ever done. Okay, really are absolutely perfect. They just fall together. Absolutely gorgeous. So let's move on. Okay, step 8 now has us putting on the side skirts. And I don't mind putting them on now because the tracks are on and they're glued into place. So here's the 2 side skirts. I'm after cutting them off and cleaning them up just to make things a little bit faster. Okay, so we'll dry fit them now. I find it handy to dry fit all these things just so I know how, if there's any problems or stuff like that. Okay, so hey, doesn't it say, it sounds so much easier than it actually is. Okay. Line them up and pop them on, isn't that it? There we go. There's one in. Wow, absolutely perfect. That is very nice now. Very nice fit. So I think I'll even glue them in while we're here. Why go to the bother taking them off again to glue them on, right? So a little bit of glue, let it soak down in there. And let it run along the seams there, let it do its job. Okay. Sorry, I was kind of looking at what I was doing rather than seeing was it on the screen. There we go. Right. Now before I glue this piece here, okay, making sure that that's glued in, I'm just going to make sure that they are nice and straight Okay. I'm happy with that. A little pop of glue there. Let it see the way it kind of follows the seam itself. There we go. Into place. Just hold that down there for a second or two. Okay, there's a one on. Nice fit. Put on our second one. Again, fits in quite rather nicely. A little run of glue. Keep calling it glue, and even though we know it's not glue, but we call it glue. I don't know what its scientific name is, because what it basically does, it melts the plastic. It doesn't really glue the plastic together, it melts it together. It welds it. Okay. The TAMIYA extra tin is absolutely perfect for this, because then again it is a TAMIYA kit. It's their glue. Obviously their glue is going to work on their plastic, and especially their newer stuff. Okay. I'm not sure whether this is the newest kit out from TAMIYA, but it only came out there in 2019. This is what, February 2021, and I can almost certainly say it didn't come out in January of 2019. So, is this kit even a year old? One doesn't know. One does not know. Right, I'm gonna keep that up there. So we have to kind of hold that in place, making sure that they stay straight, because if you just sort of leave them go, they're going to sag down, and I don't want them to kind of set in the sagged down position. Nobody likes things setting saggy. Sure we don't. Can't have saggy fenders. They look horrible. I must admit, I have a couple of kits in the past where the fenders have kind of sagged down and haven't been very, very pretty at all. Okay, so once you get it to kind of hold in place and you're happy with that, and they're not doing their saggy thing, okay, you can really sort of just put it aside and let it dry itself, let it set up. Okay. Now, I'm going to leave that set now for a little while we look at the instructions and see what next we've got to do. So step 9 has us working a sub-assembly, which is nice because it gives us time for that to really set up. Okay, we're working on the hull machine gun. Now this is where you decide basically if you're doing the E or the F, and I'm only presuming that because it's just a or B, and it gives the two different versions there for A or B, with the with the decals, transfers, stickery things. Okay, so I've decided I'm going to do A, whichever. If there's any more things to be done with A, we'll find out. But so far, anyway, we're going with A, right? So we got our front Glacis plate there. We've got our two would they be hatch covers? visor covers, you know, where the driver can see out. He can just pop it up and he can look out or down. He's got to use a smaller thing. Well, like kind of the British idea with the big open door that the British had. Remember the big round door, and you kind of opened it up and you could see out, or you had to close the door. Doesn't look to be too much on it anyway, but we've just got these two pieces, our gun and the front ring, which should make the gun then a bit movable, right? We make it a bit movable, so we'll get it done anyway. We'll get it made, and then on the next one we're getting it fitted. Okay, now it's saying here at this stage to put on, you know, while it's still apart, put on the aerial mount. But I'm going to leave the aerial mount until everything is fitted here, because it's quite fiddly, quite sticky outy, and there is a chance that you'll kind of knock it out of proportions or even knock it off altogether while you're fitting that into place. So what I'm going to do is when we get to that stage, I'm not going to fit that until that's glued in properly, and then I'll pop it on. Okay, so we get ready, we get that much done, we come back, we have a look. Back and have a look. Okay, so there we go again. Step 9, we're doing A, and we're getting ready then to fit it. Okay, so here we go. Here's our little hull machine gun. Now I must say that is a beautifully detailed hull machine gun. Okay, it is absolutely gorgeous. It really is. Okay, keep saying okay, but it's true. That is absolutely lovely. The only thing it isn't is you know, drilled out, and you could go to the bother of drilling it out if you want to. I'm not going to bother. I'm not going to bother. Okay, right, so now we got to get that fitted. Okay, now, oh my god, that is absolutely perfect. No, that is in there without even being glued in. So let's glue it in. But that fit, as you can see there, that was absolutely perfect. Now I had not tried that beforehand. That was literally the first time I tried that piece. I am just loving the fit of this kit. I really am. Okay, I really am, and I keep saying okay. Stop saying okay, John. Okay, I'll stop saying that. But anyway, there we go. There's our front Glacis plate with the driver and machine gunner's vision blocky things. Alright, and our hull machine gun. I must again say that the fit in all those parts was absolutely beautiful. You think I'd stop saying it, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to stop saying it. Right, here's our aerial mount. Okay, that's got to go on. Now, as you can see, that has got a little sticky up thing. Okay, here it is there, just that little sticky up thing. Now I'm going to replace that little sticky up thing. I'm not going to glue, say, a bit of stretched sprue onto it. What I'm actually going to do is I'm just going to cut it off. I'm going to drill a hole through there, and that is going to take then one of my guitar string aerials. And I'm not ready for the guitar string aerial yet. That will be done at a later stage. But at least now we can get it drilled now anyway. We can get it cleaned out. Okay, so pop that off. We're going to sand it down. It's holding pieces in place is the hardest, isn't it? Especially tiny little pieces like this. You'd sort of almost wish for a miniature little vice. But even at that, then, is it going to work? Is it going to work? I don't know. Okay, so there we go. All nicely flattened out, so we got to drill a hole now in the center of that. Okay, now here's my little pin vise. Very, very, very small drill bit in that. Get it into the center. Make sure it's in the center. That's the hardest thing. I'm trying to see over the camera, and things ain't all that easy. But there we go. Shall we say we're hoping that that's the center. No. It's close enough. It's slightly off. It is slightly off the center. But hey, I'm not going to worry about it too much. It's done now. Like I said, it was kind of hard to do it over the camera. But there we go. My hole is ready now. My hole is ready. Don't take that the wrong way, chaps, please. My orifice has been opened. Laugh away if you want. Anyway, there we go. Aerial mount all ready to be fitted. Now let's see exactly where does that go. There should be a tiniest little recess here on the side, as we can see. Okay. There we go. It's got a kind of a tiny little recess right in there. Now, as we can see on the piece, there's our little recess. Okay, so small bit of our glue in there. Get our little aerial mount. Sorry. And pop it into place. There we go. And once it's in place, then just put another little bit of glue in there, making sure that everything's fitting nicely and smoothly. Okay. That's that. Okay again. Stop saying okay. Right. There she be. Aerial mount, front Glacis plate, hull machine gun, all in place. So what's next? What's next? Engine hood. Okay. We've got a left piece and a right piece. Okay. B7 and B8. And here we are, we're fitting our left and right hoods. So we're going to get them made and get them fitted. And while I'm at it, then I will cut off the other pieces here for that. So we'll get them all done, we'll get them all ready. Okay, and then we'll bring it up then to step 12. So we're flying through it. I really must say that we are absolutely flying through this kit. It is a pleasure to work on. It really, really is. Okay, so I'm after getting these engine hoods all done up. Okay, there's our engine hoods. Okay, and that's what those little things are at the side. Okay, they slid it in perfectly. Nice locators for them. Okay, there's left and a right. Actually, the left is this one here with the two little indentations there for a handle, which is this piece here. Okay, B27. Okay, we've also got a jack block. We've got the drivers or the radio operator Hull machine gunner. We got his hatch here. Poor old driver doesn't get one. And the two supports then for the mudguard side shields thingamajiggies. Okay, very technical. Very technical. Yes, these mudguard side thingamajiggy holdery bits and pieces. Okay, so there they are anyway. That's what they look like. They look like that. Okay, we got a 19 and a 20, and to be quite honest with you, there is very little difference in the two. There's no real indicator to say which is which, bar a slight little lip. Okay, the slight little lip shows that that is 19 and that is 20. Simple as that. So, you know, even parts that look so similar, just look for that slightest little thing to give it away on the drawing to show you which is which, and you can see the little lip there on the bottom of the drawing. Okay, so let's get all these fitted. Right, so we've got our engine hatch this side. You can see now where that little piece sits over there. Right, so we've got a nice lip. See that lip there? For all these things to fit onto. Okay. Whoops, it easy. Right, so there's right. No, wrong one. Well done, John. Always handy to double check, isn't it? Okay, so there's one piece in. Again, lovely fit. Really is nice. I would make a simple thing look awkward, wouldn't I? There we go. There's that handle on. Okay. Right, for the drivers, come loaders, come you name it, is his job. His hatch. Again, we got that nice little lip that our glue will go into. Right. Yep, so easy. Have to use the old tweezery weezers. No, where's that hinge? Yep. Double check there to make sure that the see, this piece here has a little bit of hinge to it. Yeah, there. Okay. The hinge goes to the front, and I suppose we should have sort of fitted that piece first, shouldn't we? There we go. Now we do have a little gap there because that was John's fault. When I was cleaning off the sprue gates, I was a little bit heavy with the knife, and I kind of popped it off. Now I'm amazed that it doesn't have any, shall we say, handle or anything like that for here, which is kind of strange, but not to worry, not to worry. I'm not really too worried about that. A little bit of filler will do that, and kind of rescribe in there, but yeah, I'll have to go for a little bit of filler at a later stage for that. Again, nice locators, look at that, look. Okay, for our left piece, again, perfect fit, absolutely perfect fit. Okay, bloop. Oh, there we go. And I'm going to leave it at that for this video. Okay, I'm happy enough with that, and you have to join me again at a later stage to carry on. And there's that thing I was saying about the droopiness, but everything will work out. Everything will work out nicely. That will kind of help keep it up. A little bit of support for the droopage support. Okay, so I'm going to leave this video at that, lads. So far our build is proceeding along very, very nicely. That's it for build update number 2. Oh yes, we've got our jack block, final little piece for this video. And while I'm putting it on, I might as well finish up by saying thank you very much for joining me for this video. Hope you're liking it. Don't forget you can comment on the box below, give it the old thumbs up if you think it's going well. Let me know what you think yourself. Let me know what you think of this kit, because I think it's absolutely beautiful. I really, really do. I definitely recommend it. I'd even recommend it to beginners, because there doesn't seem to be anything complicated in it at all. Even with those link and length tracks, if you've never done link and length tracks before, this is definitely the one to get introduced to them. You can see how they're done and how neat and just perfect everything is fitting together. So you'll have to join me for build update number 3, won't you, if you want to see how this thing progresses. Remember where we are, we're on step 11. I'm just going to pop a little bit of filler into that, leave that set overnight, and on the next video we'll have to sort of rescribe that center panel there, just to show that it is a hatch. Okay, and I must try and teach myself, bad boy, not to be so heavy-handed with the scalpel when I'm cleaning off things. And it just goes to show you how easy it is to do that, because I, lack of concentration just for a second or two and just took that slightest little bit too much off. So anyway, lads, thank you very much for joining me. Don't forget to join me for build update number 3. Easiest way to do that, of course, would be to subscribe to the channel and hitting the bell. And by hitting the bell, you get a notification when I put it up. So anyway, lads, I'll see you very, very soon. Take care, be nice to one another out there, and most of all, what's most important than anything else, get out there, buy yourself a kit, build it and enjoy it, and I will see you all on the next one, whatever that is.